All right, Shalom, Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Much peace and love to all the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom. This is, this is the brother Patop back at you again with a quick lesson. This lesson is concerning the Kendrick Johnson case that happened in 2013. As you can see, in a new investigation is being conducted. They're reopening the case because of it's a new sheriff in town, so to speak. The same sheriff that was around when that case happened, he is no longer, in this power seat, so to speak. So this is another sheriff, and the sheriff, he has reopened this case from 2013, and he tends to get to, the bottom of it, how Kendrick Johnson was actually murdered. And everybody believes that he was murdered, by, those two white boys, them Bell brothers, and they have the power to actually cover up this this murder, man. They have the power to. But as you can see, man, they're reopening the case. This is on CNN. It says an investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson, the Georgia teenager found rolled in a gym mat 8 years ago, has been reopened, according to the Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Paul. The body of Johnson, 17, was found upside down in a mat in Lowndes County School in January 2013. Local investigators ruled his death was an accident, which was a liar. If you look into this case, it was a lot of things that was done wrong. Evidence wasn't processed. It's a lot of shit that they didn't do that they were supposed to do. As a police force, they didn't collect really no evidence. They found blood on the wall and didn't connect that blood as evidence. And they knew that the blood wasn't Kendrick's, but it's a lot of things that went wrong in this case. And, the truth gonna come out, man. It says Johnson's parents have said they think their son was killed. It's been 8 years long, Johnson's mother, Jacqueline Johnson, told CNN on Tuesday, "I'm feeling hopeful." The initial investigation concluded that Johnson accidentally slipped into a center of a mat while reaching for his shoe and got stuck, which is bullshit. An autopsy conducted by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation determined that the cause of Johnson's death, was accidental, positional, and sphonia. An autopsy conducted by a pathologist hired by Johnson's family determined that the cause of death was unexplained, unapparent, or non-accidental blunt force trauma to the neck. Park, who at the time of Johnson's death was a retired former sheriff, said Tuesday he was not sure when this situation happened, that it was an accident. If there's questions and they're legitimate, I need to know the answers myself. The only way I'm going to know is to look at the evidence myself, Park said. This is the new sheriff, Park. It says after a 2.5-year federal probe, investigators determined that there is insufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that someone or some group of people willfully violated Kendrick Johnson's right or committed any other prosecutable federal crime, the Department of Justice said in statement in 2016. Paul came out of retirement in 2017, and in April, he requested that information collected during the federal investigation be released to his department. So as you can see, man, this case has been reopened. Esau just being a murderer and covering up his traps, man, and covering up the evidence, man. That's what Esau do. Let me get that. This is John 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning." Now, this is the spirit of the Edomite, murderers, man. I don't believe that story. I don't believe that story about, him falling in the gym mat and all that, man. I don't believe that. Because this Edomite had a reasonable, a reason. Hey, and if this crime was done by Jake, man, do you think that, Jake would have been got caught, man? This was organized, man. There were some very powerful people involved in this case, man. People that have pull that can cover up a murder, man. It says, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. Right. These Edomites, they're a bunch of liars, man. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So this is the real spirit of Cain. Cain murdered his brother all because he envied him. And then saying, am I my brother's keeper? And one thing about, this case, if judgment, if they don't find, if they don't find the people responsible for it, Yahawashi will, Yahawashi HaMashiach will get the murderers, man. And the people that was involved. This is Genesis chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, and Abel he brought of the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel in his offering. And unto Cain, and to his offering he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So he got mad because the Lord accepted Abel's, but didn't accept his. He immediately envied him. And that envy, is going to show you what happened next. Verse 6, and Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance falling? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? So he didn't do nothing right, but he is still expect to be accepted. If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And that's right. Sin. Esau's the man of sin. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt have rule over him. And Cain talked with his brother Abel, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So he straight up, he killed Abel, then lied to the Lord, like the Lord was actually, like the Lord don't know all things, man. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground, because he was in the spirit world complaining to the Lord, man. So the Lord, this is why the Lord cursed him, man. Esau is a murderer, man. In this case has been reopened. This just shows you the spirit of Esau. He's a murderer. But I'm gonna get a precept, and I'm gonna close this lesson out. Because as thou hast done, it will return on your own head. You reap what you sow, man. Galatians 6 and 7. It says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So whatever you sow, that's what you're gonna reap. You know, like the scripture says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee, man. You know, you want to rape, you want to rob, you want to murder our people, you know, but the same thing that you have dished out, that's what you're going to take, man. You know, and it's going to be spearheaded by Yahawashi. Yahawashi is going to be the one that's going to bring forth that judgment upon you heathens, especially the Edomites, man. You know, Yahawashi is going to get justice, real justice. Because this faulty ass justice that we face here in America is not real justice. You know, I can't wait because there's a lot of unrighteousness that goes on in here in America. And it just gets swept under the rug. Because why? Who's in power? Esau is in power. This is Isaiah 9:7. It says, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end. It's talking about Yahushua's government. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with just and with justice from henceforth, even forever. For the zeal of Yahushua will perform this. So the Lord is going to make sure everything goes out smoothly. Everything gets, you know, justice and judgment goes forth, because like the scripture says, the law is slack, you know, and it does not go forth here in America. So when the Lord comes, he's going to restore things and make everything better, man, through the Spirit. So with that, man, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Much peace and love to the brothers pushing this word, the truth and sincerity. Shalom.